Tam, you need to beat us over the head with this information. So today I'm going to talk about renovation loans, my favorite loan. And I am not someone to brag ever. But I do have to tell you guys this. I found out yesterday, it hasn't been announced to the company yet, but I am number 5 in renovation loans this year for the whole Loan Depot company. So I am super excited about that because
Tammy, that's crazy. Congrats. That's amazing.
Number 5. Loan Depot is a big nationwide company.
It's a huge company.
I'm super really excited about that. And if you guys don't know how passionate I am about that, well, let me tell you again. I had a client who was out looking at houses this weekend, and they're like, you know, Tam, we like this house. We don't love it. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me, what don't you love about it? It doesn't have central air. It doesn't have central air conditioning. Oh, okay. Well, how much is central air conditioning? Anyway, back and forth. And we're talking about now turning that into a renovation loan. You guys, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be something as simple as we want central air. It could be something as simple as, you know what, they've got the appliances are old, or we want to change the cabinets. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. So your people who are, you know, one of 12 offers, why don't you bring them $50,000 down to the people that are not fighting over these houses? And we can do a kitchen. A lot of people, some of the concerns I hear, yeah, but then I'm going to be displaced. It doesn't take that long to do a kitchen. By the time, and you have 60 days before you move in, you're going to be still trying to get your stuff together to move in to do the kitchen. And if you do the renovation loan, they have to get it done in a certain period of time. They can't drag it out. How many of your buyers have said, oh, yeah, we're going to do the kitchen, we're going to do the kitchen, we're going to do the kitchen, and 3 years goes by and they never did the kitchen? That happened to us. We never got around to it. So anything that your buyers walk in and say, wow, this house is great, except, underline except, we can do that. I have a client right now who cannot find a house. So they bought a house. They're going to tear down the house and they're going to put a modular home in its place. They can do that because they're keeping the original foundation. So guys, get creative. Renovation loans are the best. I don't know why they're kept a secret, but they are the mortgage industry's gem. And I am happy to announce VA now has opened up their renovation loan to us. So now not only can I do conventional renovation loans, FHA renovation loans, but now I can do a VA renovation loan. So we could modify a house for a military person and they could do 100%. Can you imagine 100% financing, not pay $1 towards the renovation costs? So please send them to me. I love them. I will hook you up with the right people. Let's sell some houses.
All right, boy. So you are the renovation queen. I saw that in the chat. I think Alex said that. That's amazing. Congratulations on being number 5. Seriously, Loan Depot is ginormous. That is really amazing, Tammy. That's great. Great. Kudos to you. And I will say, I even thought that renovation loans were big projects like the teardown and all that stuff, or additions or whatever. But I mean, or remodeling. But even just AC, right? I mean, that's really cool.
It could be something as simple as appliances to like tear the house down and put a new one.
Wow. That's really amazing. Did not realize that. And these people are just spoiled that they don't want to be out, displaced redoing their kitchen. Come on. All you need is an electric frying pan, move your refrigerator, and you can survive. That's all you got. We did it. It's all you got to do. This is not difficult. All right, Tammy, thank you. All right, so we are moving on. We have a special guest with us today. Hold on, I gotta change my view. I don't know why it's doing this. Rick, maybe you have to change the view. So Catherine, are you here with us?
I am here and I'm fired up. I wanna buy a house.
Oh, good. Yeah, we'll do that for you. We can hook you up, no problem. So Catherine has a very unique business. I'm very excited to talk about this. Catherine Friedman and her business, Chicken Chores. Yes, that's correct. Chicken Chores. He's in the business of setting up your own chicken coop, giving you your chicks, helping you, teach you how to maintain these chickens. It is a booming business right now, guys. And I think I'm just going to let Catherine talk now about what she's experiencing and talk about her business.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me to your meeting here. And I'm very happy to speak with you, because I'm sure that you've come across, as you're selling houses or buying houses for your clients, there's either a chicken coop and a bunch of chickens in the backyard, or they're moving in from the city and they're saying, we want to get into chickens. How do you think we can do this? So I'm going to thank you for the opportunity to talk about my favorite subject and to tell you a little bit more about chickens. And I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to zoom through these slides. Oh, no, I can't share my screen.
Yeah, you will in a second. Rick,
Okay.
just let her share, please.
I'm going to zoom through these slides for you. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Technical issues. Here we go.
Okay, while Catherine's doing that, let me just make an announcement. I forgot to say, guys, that we have Tech Tuesdays are back. So today is Tech Tuesday, 11 o'clock command setup and 1 o'clock command contacts. Very interesting classes, guys. If you just want to brush up or you really need to launch into these things, today's the day to do it. So look for that ongoing for Tech Tuesdays. And risk reduction tomorrow. If you haven't written it down, put it in your calendar. Risk reduction tomorrow. 1 of 2 times tomorrow between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock here in the Zoom room. Okay, I'm up back to you, Catherine.
Great, I need tech help. I need a Tech Tuesday. All right, I'm gonna go without these slides. I'm gonna do that here because for some reason I cannot share it. So let's talk about the trend in backyard chickens. So people are increasing the interest in backyard chickens as a return to homesteading, especially during the pandemic. People are wanting to get back to being more self-sufficient. They move away from the cities, they inherit chicken coops. But why chickens? What is it about chickens that is particularly interesting? They keep them for eggs, of course. Some people keep them for the meat, which I'm a vegetarian, so no, but some people are against animal welfare, so they don't want to support the battery farming industry, so they're moving away to keeping their own. They keep them as pets. They're actually as intelligent as cats and dogs, so they're very interactive. They are also very relaxing and entertaining. You can sit in your backyard with your glass of wine, watch chicken TV. They have their own little whole ecosystem. So they're very relaxing, very fun. Kids love them. They're great as kids projects. Some chickens are great to carry around and raise. They're also good at bug and weed control in your yard, so they earn their keep. Their poop is great as fertilizer. And some people take it really seriously and make it a hobby. They show their chickens in fairs and they hatch babies from them and even sell the babies. Chickens come in different sizes. You can have full-size chickens. You can have tiny, teeny little bantam chickens. They are chickens, but the difference in terminology is you have females up until they're a year are pullets. So if you hear pullet, that's a young chicken under a year. And then she becomes a hen after a year. And cockerels are cockerels up until a year, but that's kind of interchangeable. And then after a year, they're roosters. And you can get them from hatcheries, from farms. As I say, you can make your own in your backyard. If you bring in new chickens from elsewhere, you already have a flock. You have integration, which is difficult because chickens are very set in their ways. And if you bring in new flocks, they're like, who the heck are you? So you have what's called the pecking order, and you have to integrate new chickens very carefully. But a whole bunch of new chickens without an existing flock, easy to just put straight in your backyard. There's a term called chicken math in quotations. And what happens is they're like chips. You get 2 and you can't just have 2. Then you're like, well, maybe I'll have a couple more. And then before you know it, you've got 20. So if your clients move in and say, I only want 3 chickens, before you know it, they have 30. And you're like, what happened to the 3? Because they're so addictive. You get 1 and you want more. There are gender determinations, of course, because there are some regulations that don't allow roosters, or there are noise ordinances, and roosters, of course, do cock-a-doodle-doo most of the day. And you can, with about 90% certainty, the hatcheries can tell you if you've got females. So buying from a hatchery, you're more certain to have females. You hatch your own, you got 50% chance of getting cockerels and roosters, which you'll then have to rehome or go to freezer camp if you do eat chickens. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Housing, of course, the most important thing about housing for chickens is predator proofing as much as possible, because everybody likes chicken, and the hawks like chicken, the foxes like chicken, the next door's dog likes them. So you've got to make something as predator proof as possible. And location is important. There are regulations, like I say. So some towns you have to have them a certain number of feet from either a dwelling or a property line. And you have to think about also, is it too hot in the summer? Is it too windy in the winter? So location is important as well to think about. You can go as big or as little as you want, but not too little. You go too little and they all end up fighting with each other, and then you have some behavioral issues, and it's not so much fun then. Some people, I have one client who's going super elaborate and it's so much fun. She's putting so much into it. It's like a chicken palace. And then there are others who buy a self-contained combo unit that's much more compact for their chickens. But if you're going to get stuck with being addicted to chickens, you need to build for the future. You need to keep them clean, of course, as well. Have a cleaning schedule, because when they're younger, if you only have a few, they don't smell so bad. They get bigger, they poop a lot. You have to it doesn't have to take a lot of time, but you have to stay on top of it. The one thing that I am really into is enrichment. And I call enrichment is being as close to nature as possible. Because if you put chickens in an artificial spot where they're all cooped up, to use a chicken term, you will have behavioral issues. You won't enjoy them at their best. So give them space to freely move. And if you don't have that much room, you can use vertical space. You don't have to have acres and acres. You can put it in a small area. You can make the most of the vertical space and put high up roosts, because they do fly. They like foraging opportunities. So nothing, put them on concrete and they're going to be pretty unhappy chickens. They like to forage for bugs. But you can create that in a small area, because you can bring in some soil. You can create foraging opportunities creatively for them. They need a safe, dark space to lay eggs. So you give them nesting boxes. If you don't, they're going to lay them everywhere, and you're going to be doing an Easter egg hunt just looking for their eggs. One note about that is you don't need a rooster for hens to lay eggs. So the easiest flock is just a bunch of hens. Once they get to about 20 weeks old, they'll start laying consistently. Some lay better than others. Some breeds lay more than others. And back to enrichment, the final thing is interaction with people. It makes them super friendly. I hand raise chicks, and I give them so much handling that they become, as soon as I walk into my coops, into my runs, they jump up on me, they're on my head, they're on my shoulder, it makes them so much more enjoyable. It makes them happy. You become like the leader of the flock, and you can handle them. So if you have any health issues, which you do, and there are not many vets around here who treat chickens, so you're in the Wild West with that, you need to be able to handle them.
Wow.
And then lastly, how we can help chicken chores. And I wish I could show you my slides. Sorry about my technical issues. We help people through a few different ways, but we're all chicken, so anything to do with chicken. We help us with text and email support. So it would be, a customer would be like, I don't know, how far down do I dig the mesh so that it's predator proof? And instead of going into the black holes online, which can suck up hours of time and everybody's got an opinion, just text with me. And I sometimes with my clients, I'll text maybe like 30 times a day. It's like, what do you think of this? And I'll say, send me a photo. And there's a health issue, send me a photo. And so it's like a buddy, a text buddy. I can help you source chicks and hand raise them so they're nice and tame, and I give them to you when they're not a pain in the butt because they need a lot of attention when they're babies. I'll come out to your place. I'll help you with your existing coop or setting up a new coop. I help you with the enrichment, like I was saying, building roosts. help you with integrations because they need a lot of care to integrate. Any behavioral issues, health checks, chicken sitting, you can go away when you have chickens. I'll come around and sit your chickens, even if I go once during the time, just to make sure everybody is well. Or I'll have them in my chicken hotel, you bring them to me. Chicken chores, which is cleaning out coops and runs. And then I am branching into chicken and coop rental, not so much for your clients, but for people who aren't sure they want to commit to chickens. I can rent you a coop and 3 laying hens for 3 months, and you can try it out. And if you like them, then you can go all in. If you don't, then no harm, no foul. And I'm thrilled to be speaking with you. So what we can do is if I can help you in any way, I could possibly give you some little flyers for your packets. Maybe I could give you some consultation times, and you can give that as a welcome gift for people. Instead of a bottle of wine, or in addition to a bottle of wine, I can go around and help them with their coop setup.
That's amazing. It's
Thank
amazing.
you so much.
I love the concept. Totally. I can tell you, I've got neighbors who have chickens, and they're always giving us their eggs. Their eggs are amazing. Fresh eggs, like nothing you've ever bought at the store. And they're fun, right? They can be really
so
fun.
much
Like
fun.
you said, chicken TV. That's a great concept. I love that.
Glass of wine, sitting in your Adirondack. I can't even say that.
Chairs.
Watch chicken TV. Before you know it, though, they're all sitting on you.
Wow.
You're just covered in chickens.
Very cool. I love the idea. So chickenchores.com is the website. Go there for all of your questions and interests in your backyard chickens. And Catherine will be there for you. I love the idea of renting them and getting started. That's a great concept.
Great.
Have you been swamped with everybody coming from New York, Catherine?
There is so many people coming in from New York who really want to do this, but don't really know where to start. And so that's the ideal, obviously the ideal situation. Don't spend hundreds of hours. Like I say, everybody has got an opinion about it. You can really get lost in the black hole on the forums. So don't spend hundreds of hours. Just be in touch with me and I can help you through it. It's one of my clients says that her chicken coop is bigger than her apartment was in the city. She's like, these chickens have it good.
Yeah, right. Totally. All right. I love it. Catherine, thank you so much for being with us today. And yes, get me some brochures for our offices and we can hand them out. And again, chickenchores.com, guys. Check it out. It's very interesting. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Catherine.